Chapter 38 Sringara Ras Mukhya Sambhog and Asta Kaliya Lila. Vijay Kumar, with folded hands, inquired from his Gurudev about Sambhog Ras. He replied affectionately, Goswami, there are two types of Krishna Lila, prakat, manifest, and aprakat, unmanifest. The states of separation, viraha, in Vipralamba Ras that I have already described correspond to prakat Lila. However, in aprakat Vrindavan there is no separation of the Braja Devis from Sri Hari, who is eternally engaged in his variegated, blissful Lila, such as the Rasa Lila. It is written in the Mathura Mahatmya, Krishna plays eternally with the Gopas and Gopis there. Since the verb plays, krida, is in the present tense, it is to be understood that Krishna's Leelas are eternal. Therefore, in the aprakat Leela of Golok or Vrindavan, there is no separation caused by Krishna's making his residence in a distant place, Dura Pravas. Love in union, Sambhog, exists eternally there. The Nayak and Nayikas are respectively the Vishaya, object, and Ashraya, abode of love. And the term Sambhog refers to the wonderful bhav that arises from the rapture of their loving dealings, such as seeing each other, talking together, and touching each other, the object of which is solely to give pleasure to each other. There are two types of Sambhog, Mukhya and Gona. Vijay. What is Mukhya Sambhog? Goswami. Mukhya, principal Sambhog, is the Sambhog that takes place in the awakened state. There are four kinds of Mukhya Sambhog. 1. Shikshipta Sambhog, brief Sambhog, which takes place after Purvarag. 2. Sankirana Sambhog, restricted Sambhog, which takes place after Man is pacified. 3. Sampanna Sambhog, enriched Sambhog, which takes place after the Nayak and Nayika have been somewhat distant from each other for some time. And 4. Samriddhimam Sambhog, flourishing Sambhog, which takes place after being separated by a long distance. Vijay, please describe Sankshipta Sambhog in more detail. Goswami. Sankshipta Sambhog is characterized by reverence and shyness between Nayak and Nayika. As a result, the expressions of their mutual love, such as kissing and embracing, are brief and hasty. Vijay, please explain Sankirana Sambhog. Goswami. In Sankirana Sambhog, the Nayika's endeavors for amorous pastimes are expressed with simultaneous feelings of pain and pleasure. This is compared to the relish of chewing hot sugarcane. Although it is sweet, it also burns. This state results from her remembering that the Nayak deceived her and from seeing marks of amorous enjoyment on the Nayak's body, or from hearing from others about his amorous activities with other women. Vijay, what is Sampanna Sambhog? Goswami. Sampanna Sambhog takes place when the Nayak returns to be with the Nayika after being a short distance away. There are two types, Agati and Pradubhav. Agati is the appearance of the Nayak before the Nayika during the routine or general everyday life. For example, the gopis have darshan of Krishna regularly in the evening when he returns from grazing the cows. Pradubhav refers to Krishna's sudden appearance before the gopis when they are extremely overwhelmed by prem. An example of Sri Krishna's sudden appearance before the gopis when they were lamenting in separation because he had disappeared from the Rasa Lila. In Pradubhav, there is a festival of happiness arising from the fulfillment of all one's cherished desires. Vijay, what is Samriddhimam Sambhog? Goswami. It is not possible for the Nayak and Nayikas to see each other and meet together all the time, because they are subordinate to others and are bound by social etiquette. The profuse bliss that they experience when they meet suddenly, after being released from the influence of external pressures, is called Samridimam Sambhog. There are two types of Sambhog Ras, namely concealed, Chana, and manifest, Prakash, but there is no need to explain them at present. Vijay. What is Gona Sambhog? Goswami. Gona Sambhog refers to the particular pastimes of Sri Krishna that are experienced during dreams. There are two kinds of dreams, general and special. I have already described general dreams in the context of Vyabhichari Bhav. The Sambhog in special dreams is experienced as real and supremely amazing, and it is endowed with Sthai Bhavs and Sanchari Bhavs, like those of the waking state. In other words, it is exactly like Sambhog while one is awake. Gona Sambhog has the same four divisions as Mukhya Sambhog: 1. Sankshipta Sambhog, brief Sambhog; 2. Sankirna Sambhog, restricted Sambhog; 3. Sampanna Sambhog, enriched Sambhog; and 4. Samridimam Sambhog, flourishing Sambhog. Vijay. No factual events occur when one is dreaming, so how is Samridimam Sambhog at all possible in dreams? Goswami. The Swarup, essential nature, of a dream is the same as that of the waking state. This is demonstrated by the example of Usha and Aniruddha. While Usha was asleep in King Banu's inner royal chambers in Shantipura, she was practically experiencing the pleasure of union with Aniruddha in her dream. At the very same time, Aniruddha was dreaming in his sleeping chamber in Dwarkapuri and was also enjoying the pleasure of Vilas with Usha. Ordinary people of the mundane realm do not have such experiences. We can substantiate this fact still further by the evidence of direct perception, for there are examples of Siddha Bhaktas having supremely wonderful dreams in which they receive articles such as ornaments which are still with them when they wake up. This is because such dreams are themselves a reality. Similarly, Krishna and his kantas also have unimpeded dreams in which Sambhog actually takes place. These dreams are of two types: 1. The dream that occurs while one is awake, Jagarayaman Svapana, and 2. The condition of wakefulness that occurs while one is dreaming, Svapana Yamana Jagara. The dreams of gopis who have transcended the fourth state, namely Samadhi, and attained the fifth state, namely Prem, are not false like the dreams that are caused by the mode of passion. Rather, the dreams of the gopis are aprakat, nirgun, and absolutely real. Consequently, it is perfectly possible for Samriddhiman Sambhog to take place in the highly astonishing aprakat dream pastimes of Krishna and his beloved gopis. Vijay. Please describe the anubhavs of Sambhog. Goswami. The anubhavs of Sambhog are seeing each other, sandarshana, talking, jalpana, touching, sparshana, blocking each other's way in a solitary place, rahavartma rodana. Rasa Lila, pleasure pastimes in Vrindavan, Vrindavan Krida, playing in Yamuna, Yamuna Jali Keli, boat pastimes, Noka Vilas, pastimes of stealing flowers, Pushpacharya Lila, pastimes of commanding taxes, Dan Lila, hide and seek in the kunjas, Kunje Lukachuri Kela, drinking honey wine, Madhupan, Krishna dressing in female attire, Stri Vesh Dharana, pretending to sleep, Kapata Nidra, gambling, Dutya Krida, pulling off each other's garments, Vastra Akarshana, kissing, Kumbhana, embracing alingana, making nail marks, naka arpana, drinking the nectar of the lips that are like bimba fruit, bimba adara shudapan, and enjoying amorous union, niduvane ramana samprayog. Vijay. Prabhu, Lila Vilas is distinct from amorous union, samprayog. Which of these two gives more bliss? Goswami, there is more bliss in Lila Vilas than samprayog. Vijay. How do Sri Krishna's beloved gopis address him in a loving mood, pranaya? Goswami. The Sakhis address Sri Krishna with great affection as Hey Gokulananda, Hey Govinda, Hey Goshtendra Kula Chandra, the moon of the family of the king of the cowherd men. Hey Praneshwara, the lord of my life. Hey Sundaropsama, whose chest and shoulders are very beautiful. Hey Nagara Shiromani, O crest jewel of lovers. Hey Vrindavan Chandra, Hey Gokul Raj, Hey Manohar, O thief of my mind. Vijay. Prabhu, I understand that there are two types of Krishna Lila, namely prakat, manifest, and aprakat, unmanifest, but that they are still one and the same tattva. Now please explain to me the types of prakat Braj Lila. Goswami. There are two types of prakat Braj Lila, nitya, eternal, and naimitika, occasional. The Braja pastimes that take place during the 8 periods of the day and night, Asta Kaliya Lila, are actually Nitya Lila, whereas Krishna's killing Putana and his long sojourn away from Braj in Mathura and Dwarka are Naimitika Leelas. Vijay. Prabhu, please instruct me about the Nitya Lila. Goswami. We find two types of descriptions, one by the Rishis and the other by the Goswamis of Vrindavan. Which of these would you like to hear? Vijay. I would like to hear the description in the shlokas that the Rishis have composed. Goswami. Nishanta pratapurvano madhyayascha paranaka sayam prodosha ratrischa kalastocha yatakramam madhyano yamani kobo yan muhurtam mito shmrito tri muhurtam mita neya nishanta pramukha pare. The Asta Kaliya Lila of Braj takes place during 8 periods of the day and night. These are 1. Nishanta, the end of the night just before dawn. 2. Prata, morning. 3. Puravana, forenoon. 4. Madhyana, noon. 5. Aparana, afternoon. 6. Syam, late afternoon and dusk. 7. Pradosh, evening. And 8. Ratri, night. The Ratri Lila and Madhyana Leelas both last for 6 muhurtas, while the other 6 periods each last for 3 muhurtas. Sri Sadashiva has explained this Asta Kaliya Lila in Sanat Kumar Samhita. He has specified which services are to be remembered at particular times of the day. Thus, one should remember the appropriate Lila at the appropriate time. Vijay. Prabhu, may I please hear the statements of Jagat Guru Sadashiva? Goswami, listen carefully. Sadashiva uvacha parakriya bimaneyas tatyasa cha priyajana prachuraineva bhuvena ramayanti nija priyam. Sadashiva said, Sri Hari's beloved damsels in Braj, who have the sentiments of Parakiya Bhav towards him, please the darling of their hearts with profuse moods of Divya Prem. Atmanam chinayat tatra tasham madhye manoraman rupa yovana sampanam kishorim pramadakritim. Hey Narad, you should contemplate your Atma Swarup in the following manner. You are a Kishori, pre-adolescent gopi, and you reside in the very heart of transcendental Vrindavan, amidst the beloved damsels of Krishna, who are endowed with paramour sentiment for him. You have a charming, youthful form, an enchanting, intoxicating beauty. Nana silpa kila bhignam, Krishna boga nurupinam, praritam api Krishnena, tato boga paranmukim. You are accomplished in many fine arts for Sri Krishna's pleasure, yet even if Krishna earnestly requests to meet with you, you are very averse to pleasure unrelated to the pleasure of your Swamini. Radhikanu charim nityam tatsevana parayanam Krishnanapi prema radhikayam prakurvatim. You are the maidservant of Sri Krishna's most beloved consort, Srimati Radhika, and are wholly and exclusively dedicated to her seva. You always have more prem for Sri Radhika than for Sri Krishna. Prityanu divisham yatnat tayo sangamakarinim tatsevana sukhalada bhavenatsu nirivritam. Every day, with much endeavour, you arrange for the youthful couples' meetings, and remain forever content with the ecstatic bliss of their service. Ityatmanam vichintyaiva tatra sevam samacharet brahma muhurtam arabhya yavatu syan mahanisi. Thus, while conceiving of your Atma Sarup in this particular way, you should painstakingly render Manasi Seva in transcendental Vrindavan, from Brahma Muhurta to the end of Nishanta Lila, the pastimes at night's end. Vijay. What are the activities of Nishanta Lila? Goswami. Shri Vrinda Uvacha Madhye Vrindavane Ramye Pansashat Kunje Mandite Kalpa Vriksha Nukunjeshu Divya Ratna Mai Grihe. Sri Vrindadevi said, in the midst of enchanting Vrindavan, surrounded by 50 kunjas of desire trees, lies a bower cottage of Chintamani gems. Nidrito tishatas talpe nivadalingito mita mad agna karibi paschat prakshibi bodhitavapi. There, on a bed of fragrant flowers, Yugal Kishore, Brishabhanu Dulali, Srimati Radharani, and Brajendra Nandan Shyamasundara Sri Krishna lie asleep in a firm embrace. Then, according to my instructions, the birds attempt to awaken them by a rousing chorus of melodious warbling songs. Gadhalingana nirbedam aptotad banga kataro namatim kurvatas talpat sammutatum managapi. However, the two lovers have become so intrinsically unbreakably one through their deep embrace that even the thought of breaking up evokes alarm. Indeed, they are unable in the slightest to fix their minds on rising. Tatascha sarika sabdai sukha sabdas chato muhur bodhito vivado vakyai swatalpad utatishtatam. However, by the repeated and ingenious urgings of the Sukha and Sarika, the male and female parrots, they at last awaken and arise from their bed. Upavishto tato dristva sakyastalpe mudanvito pravisya kurvanti sevam tatkalayo chitam tayo. Seeing Radha and Krishna sitting blissfully on the bed, the Sakis happily approach them and render the various services required at that time. Punascha sarika vakyai utayato swatalpata agato swaswapavanam vityutankat kalomita. But just thereafter, through further prompting from the Sarika, the divine couple inevitably arise from that bed and rush to their respective homes, full of anxiety, provoked by the transcendental rasas of fear and restlessness. Vijay. What are the Pratar Kaliya Lila, morning pastimes? Goswami. Pratascha bodhita matra talpad udaya svatvaya kritva krishno danta kashtam baladeva samanvitaha. In the morning, Yashoda Mai calls Krishna, who then gets up from his bed and brushes his teeth with a twig in the company of Sri Baladev. Matra no modito yati goshalam dohanoch sukha radha pi bodhita vipra vyayasabi svatalpata. Then with her permission they go to the cowshed, eager to milk their cows. O sage, Sri Radha also leaves her bed in the morning, awakened by her sakis. Utteya danta kashtadi kritva bhayangam samcharet snana vedim tato gatva snapita lalita dibi. After she has brushed her pearl-like teeth with an astringent twig, her sakis massage her body with aromatic oils. After that, she enters the bathing chamber and sits upon an elevated asan, while Lalita and other principal sakis perform abhishek of her divine form. Bhusa griham rajetatra vyayasya bhusyanti api bhusane vivadai divyai gandhamallanyune panai. Next she enters the ornament palace. There her sakis apply divine creams and scents, decorate her with various divine garments and ornaments, adorn her with pleasing fragrant garlands, and cool her brow with the pulp of sandal. Tatrascha svajanastasya shushrusam prapya utnata praktum svayeti svananam sasaki sayasodaya. When Srimati Radhika has thus received complete and attentive service from her sakis, by Yasoda Mai's request, she departs for Nanda Bhavan to cook delicious food for Sri Krishna. Hearing this, Narada asked, Katam ayutate devi prakratam svayasodaya satisu prakritu sucha rohini pramukha savapi. Hey Devi, there are many expert cooks headed by Rohini Mai. Why then does Mother Yashoda invite Radharani to cook in Nanda Bhavan? Durvasa sayam dato varastasyai muhad mune iti katyayani vaktrat shrutim asin mai pura. Sri Vrindadevi said, O Narad, I formerly heard from Bhagavati Katyayani that Durvasa Muni bestowed the following boon upon Srimati Radhika. Dvayayat pratyate devi yad atnam mad anugrahat mishtam svadvamrita spardim bhoktre anuksraram tata. Hey Devi, by my mercy, whatever food you cook will rival the nectar of the gods. Furthermore, it will bless the eater with great longevity. Ityadvayati tvam nityam Yashoda putra vatsala ayushmam nabhavet putra swadulo bhattata sati. Thus, Putra Vatsal Yashoda, praying, Let my son be long-lived, daily invites Srimati Radhika to Nanda Bhavan to cook. She also has an intense greed to taste that delectable food. Svasharan modita sapi Christanandayalam vrajet swasaki prakara tatra gatva prakam karoti cha. Taking permission from her mother-in-law, Srimati Radhika blissfully comes to the home of Nanda, accompanied by her sakis, to prepare the kitchen. Krishnopi dugdava kachchit dohayitva janai priye agachati piturvakyat swagriham swakabivrita. Meanwhile, Sri Krishna milks a few cows himself, and then, on his father's order, he engages others to milk the remaining cows and returns home to his friends. Abhyanga mardanam kritva dase sampatito muda drotavastra darasragvi chandanakta kalavara. Arriving home, his servants gleefully massage his divine body with oil and bathe him. Then they dress him with fresh cloths, smear his body beautifully with sandal paste, and decorate him with fragrant garlands. Dvidvastva badakeshascha griva valo parispuran chandrakara spurat balas tilakalo karajita. Krishna wears 2 garments. One covers his lower body and one his chest. Cascading around his graceful neck and forehead, his charming curly hair brilliantly expands his unprecedented sweet beauty. On his effulgent forehead, which resembles the half-moon, his servants draw a charming tilak sign which delights the eyes of all. Kankanagara kuryaya ratna mudra lasatkara muktahara spurat vaksho makaratri kundala. On his wrists, Sri Krishna wears bejeweled bracelets, and on his arms precious jeweled bangles. On his hands signet rings shine, on his chest a pearl necklace glistens, and dazzling makara-shaped sapphire earrings swing from his ears. Muhu akarito matra pravished bhojanalayam avalambya karam sakyur baladevam anuvrata. After this, Sri Krishna hears Yasomati repeatedly calling him. So, surrounded by his sakas and holding one of them by the hand, he follows his elder brother Baladev into the Bhojanlaya, the dining hall. Bhungte pi vivadanani matra cha saki bivrita hasyan vivedaya hasya sakimsta hasati swayam. There, in his saka's company, he relishes all the preparations prepared by Radhika and her sakis. Making many jokes, he makes his friends laugh, and he also laughs with them. Itam bhuktva tata chamya divya kata parishanam vishramet sevakai dattam tambulam vibhajanado. When he has finished his meal, he takes archaman, mouthwash, and his servants offer him tambul, which he distributes among the sakas. Thereafter he rests on a transcendental bed for some time and chews the tambul. Vijay, please describe the Purvana Lila, the forenoon pastimes. Gopaveshtara Krishnano Dena Vrinda Purasara Rajavasi Janai Pritya Sarvai Anugata Pati. Sri Krishna, attired in Gopavesh, then leaves the village with the cows for cow grazing. At that time, all the Brajabasis follow him some distance from the village, drawn by their intense love and affection for him. Pitaram mataram natva nechrantena priyaganam yata yogyam tata chanyam sanivratya vanam vrajet. Speaking respectfully, Sri Krishna offers pranam to his father and mother. At the same time, through the corners of his eyes, he glances meaningfully at his beloved gopis and thrills their hearts. Then, after paying due respect to those who have followed him, Vamsidhari Shyam proceeds with his sakas towards the pastures. Vanam pravisya saki bi kritayitva shanam tata viharai vitatas tatra vane vikridato muda. Having entered the forest, for some time he creates many kinds of games and gleefully sports with his sakas. Vanchayitva chatan sarvan dvitrai priya sakaivrita, sanketa kambrajet darsat, priya sandarshanok. Then cleverly engaging them in activities such as pasturing the cows, he tricks them and leaves them all aside. He then proceeds jubilantly with 2 or 3 priya sakas towards the rendezvous, Sanket, with his beloved gopis, eager to see his priya. Vijay, please describe the Madhyana Lila, midday pastimes. Sapi Krishnevanam yantam dristva svagraham agata suryadi puja vyajena kusumariditi chalat. After watching Sri Krishna leave the forest, his most beloved consort, Srimati Radhika, returns to her home. Then, on the pretext of performing Surya Puja or collecting flowers, Vanchayitva Guranyati Priya Sanchayaya Vanam Ityam To Bahuyatnena Militva Svaganastata. She tricks her elders in order to have sangha with her Priyatatma, Shyam. Accompanied by her Sakis, she goes to the same forest to meet him. Thus, after much endeavour, Radha and Krishna meet again. Viharai vivatastatra vani vikridito muda hindolika samarudo sakibidolito chavat. And blissfully enact various sported Paramananda Lila together in the forest. At times, Radha and Krishna sit on a swing and are swung by their Sakis. Kvachit venum karashrastam priyaya priyatam hari anusyanam upalabdo vipralamdo priyaganai. Sometimes, while feeling slightly drowsy, Sri Hari's Venu slips from his fingers and is stolen by his Priya Sri Radha. Despite restlessly searching on all sides for it, he finally becomes disappointed and gives up hope. At that point, the beloved gopis offered the Venu into his lotus hands. Hasito bahuda tabi hasitas tatra tishtati vasanta rutanu justum vanam kandam kvachin muda. Laughing and making witty remarks, at that time Krishna looks splendid as he delights the gopis by teasing them, joking and countering their impudent remarks. Sometimes Srimati Radhika and Sri Krishna enter a particular section of the forest that is attended by the spring season personified. Pravisya chandranam bodhi kunkumadi jala api nishchato yatra muktayas tatpankai lampito mitaha. There they use silver syringes filled with coloured water mixed with fragrant substances such as kunkum and chandan. They drench each other, and at other times they smear the paste of chandan, kunkum, and so on over each other's limbs. Sakyopi evam vischyanti taschato sanchita puna vasanta vayojusteshu vanakandeshu sarvataha. In the beauty and splendour of that forest, which is served on all sides by soothing spring breezes, the Sakis also join in their transcendental sports by assisting them to bathe one another with that fragrant water. Tatat kalo chitanana viharai saganai dvija shranto kvaschit vrikshar mulam asadya munisatama. O best of the Munis, Sri Radha and Krishna and their confidential Sakas and Sakis perform various blissful sports appropriate for that time. Feeling fatigued from performing their pastimes in this lively way, they sit beneath the tree. Upavishyasane divye madhupanam prakatrito tato mado madonmato nidraya militakshano. On a divine throne, and enjoy drinking nectarian honey wine, madhu. Becoming intoxicated by that madhu, they close their eyes in sleep for some time. Mita pani samolambya kamabana prasangato Riramso Vishata Kunje Sakalat Padajopati. Holding each other's hands, Radha Shyam become pierced by the arrows of Kamadev, and desiring to enjoy with one another, their lotus feet stumble on the path, and they enter the kunj. Kritadascha tatastatra karini utapoyata sakyopi madhubi mata nidraya pitatekshano. Thereafter, Srimati Radhika and Shyam Sundara freely consort with each other in the kunja, like the king of elephants and his mate. The Sakis, who are also intoxicated with madhu, proceed drowsily. Abhito manjukunjeshu sarve eva pishishire prityag ekana vipusa krishnopi yugapad vibhu. To various charming kunjas nearby. By the influence of his inconceivable potency, Sri Krishna manifests himself in many forms and simultaneously meets individually with each Saki. Sarvesham sanidim gachet priyaya preyato muhur ramyitva chataha sarve karini gajaradiva. Just as an elephant, infatuated by lust, does not feel tired when he unites with a number of she-elephants, at the same time that he is giving further and further inspiration to Sri Radha, Sri Krishna consorts with many beloved Sakis. Priyaya chatatatabi kridatan cha savo vrajet. After such amorous sports with Srimati Radhika and her confidential Sakis, they enter a lake for water sports. Vrinde Shri Nanda Putrasya Madhurya Kridane Katam Aishvarasya Prakosha Bhut Iti Me Chindi Samshayam. Shri Narad said, O Vrinda, how is it possible for the Aishwarya feature to manifest in the Madhurya of Shri Nandanandan's pastimes? Please dispel this doubt. Mune Madhuryam apyasti Lila Shakti Harestasu Taya Prita Kritam Gopa Gopikabi Samam Hare. Sri Vrindadevi said, O Muni, Sri Hari's Madhurya is actually his Lila Shakti. With this Shakti, he performs his most attractive and sweet pastimes. It is only through this Madhurya Lila Shakti that he sports at the same time with each Gopa and Gopi. Rateya saharupena nijena ramate swayam iti madhurya lilaya shaktinatve istahare. But in his own original form, he sports with Sri Radha. This is Sri Krishna's Madhurya Shakti, not his Aishwarya Shakti. Jala shakye mitastatra kritatva swaganastata Vasa Srakchandrane Divyae Bhushanai Api Bhusito. After entering within the lake, Radha Krishna and their Sakis begin their play by splashing water at each other and then bathing each other. After that, they are decorated with beautiful garments, fragrant garlands, chandan, and divine ornaments. Tatra iva sarastire divyamani maya grihe ashnata fula mulani kalpitani mayaivahi. Then, within a divine bower of jewels situated on the shore of that lake, I offer them a repast of fruits and herbal drinks that I have prepared myself. Haristu pratamam bhuktva kantaya parishevita divrabi sevito grachchek chayam pushpa vinirmitam. Sri Radhika personally serves Sri Krishna as he honors the festive foods first. He then rests on a bed of flowers. At that time, 2 or 3 Sakis attend him. Tambulai vyayanastattra padasamvahanadibi sevyamano hasamstabir modate preyasim smaran. By supplying him with betel nuts, tambul, fanning him, massaging his feet, and so on. As the Sakis serve Sri Krishna, he falls asleep smiling, absorbed in thoughts of his beloved Radhika. Shri Radhapi haro supte sa saki moditantara kantadatam pritomana uchistam bhubajetata. While Sri Krishna rests, Radhika and her Sakis, with great love and delight, relish the remnants of food and drink left by her lover. Kinchiteva tato bhunktva vrajet saya niketanam drastum kanta mukambojam chakoriva nishakaram. After Sri Radhika has accepted a little of Krishna's remnants, she goes to the bedroom and gazes upon the lotus face of her Pran Vallabh Sri Krishna, just like the chikori bird looks upon the moon. Tambula charvitam tasya tatra binivadiditam kambulanapya kashnati vibhajanti priyalisu. The Sakis there offer her the tambul chewed by Sri Shyamsundara. She also chews the remnants after dividing it among her Sakis. Krishnopi tasam susrushu svachanda basatam mita prapta nidra iva bhati vinidropi patavrita. Sri Krishna is eager to hear the sweet, uninhibited talks between Sri Radha and her Sakis, so he has covered his whole body with cloth and pretends to be deeply asleep, although he is fully awake. Tascha keli shanam kritva mitan kanta katashraya vyaja nidram hare natva kutaschid anumanata. The Sakis think that Krishna is asleep and freely make witty remarks, laughing and cutting jokes with each other. Soon afterwards, however, they guess that he was only pretending to be asleep, and that he has cleverly heard everything that they have said. Vyudyasya rasanam dadbi pasyantyo nyayanao manam lino iva liajyasyur kshanam uchu nakinchana. Feeling ashamed, they press their tongues between their teeth, and immersed in shyness, they look at each other's faces in awe, unable to speak. Shanad eva tato vastram duriktya tad anagata sadhu nidram gato siti hasayanti hasantita. However, they very soon recover their natural state. Throwing the cloth from Krishna's body, they say, "What a sound sleep you are having!" This amuses Krishna, and they all laugh together. Evam to vivado hasyae ramano gainaya saha anuboya shanam nidram sukham chamu nisatama. O best of the Munis, in this way Radha, Krishna and the Sakis perform a variety of playful pastimes, which are full of witty jokes and laughter, and then they enjoy blissful sleep for some time. Upavishyasane divye sagano visrite muda panitkrityamato haram kumbalesha parichandan. Thereafter, in great delight, they all sit on a divine capricious raised seat, then wagering necklaces, garments, kisses, or embraces. Akshevri gidito premno narmalapa purasaram parajito pipriyaya jitam ita vadam risha. With barbs of prem, they jestingly gamble with dice. Even though Krishna is defeated, he falsely claims that he has won. Haradi grahane tasya pravitas tadyate taya tatadvim tadita Krishna kalotpala saroruhai. Thus he approaches to take away Radhika's necklace, but she slaps him, being thus slapped by her lotus hands. Vishana manaso bhutva ganetum cha karut matim jitosmi chetvara devi griyatam mat panikritam. Krishna becomes morose. Pretending that he is about to leave the place, he says, "O Devi, I have been defeated by you. Here, take my wager. Kumbhanadi maya datam ityuktva tata charet kotilyam tadpuru dristum shrotum tadbarsanam vacha. These are the kisses and other things that I staked before. So saying, Sri Krishna awards Srimati Radhika her kisses and so on. Being eager to witness Sri Radha's crooked eyebrows and hear her words of chastisement to Sri Shyam. Tata sari sukhanancha shrutva bagharama mita nigachatastata stanat gantu kamo graham prati. The Sukha and Sari birds come and begin to dispute about the respective virtues of Radha and Krishna. After hearing that dispute between the Sukha and Sari, Sri Radha and Krishna depart for their respective destinations. Krishna kshantam anujanpa gavam abhimukam brajet satu surya graham gachet saki mandala samvrita. Sri Krishna takes leave of his Pranvalabh Srimati Radhika and goes to rejoin the cows, while Srimati Radhika goes with her Sakis to Surya Mandir to perform Surya Puj. Kiyaduram tato gatva paravritya hari puna vipravesham samastaya yati surya graham prati. Meanwhile, after Sri Krishna has gone a short distance, he disguises himself as a Brahmana priest and also sets off for Surya Mandir. Suryancha puryajet tatra pratitas tat saki jane tattaiva kalpite vedai parihasa visharadai. Sri Radhika's Sakis think that he is a pujari who will help them to conduct their worship, and they request him to perform Surya Puja on their behalf. Thereupon, Sri Krishna begins to perform Surya Puja with funny concocted Vedic mantras. Tatastavyatitam kantam parinaya vichakshana ananda sagare lina navidu swam nachaparam. When the intelligent Sakis hear the made-up Vedic mantras, they immediately understand that this priest is none other than their lover, Sri Krishna himself, who is distressed in separation from Sri Radhika. Knowing this, drowning in the ocean of the bliss of prem, they forget their own identity and that of others. Viharai vivadai evam saradyam avayam mune nitva griham vijayastha sacha krishno kvavam vrajet. O Muni, when they have spent 2.5 paharas performing a variety of pastimes like this, Srimati Radhika and her Sakis return to their respective homes, while Krishna proceeds to his cows. Vijay, what are the Aparana Lila, afternoon pastimes? Goswami. Sangam yasva swakim Krishno grihitva ga samantata agachati vrajam Krishnam tatrayan murali ravai. Sri Vrindadevi continues, O Narad, Krishna rejoins his Sakas and returns to Braj. By the sweet sound of his Murli, he assembles all the cows from every direction and steals away the hearts of the Brajavasis. Tato nanda daya sarve shrutva venu ravam hare goduli patala vyaptam dristva vapi nabastalam krishnasya bhimukam yanti tat darshana samukshana. When Nanda and the other Brajavasis hear the sweet sound of Sri Hari's Venu and see the sky being covered with the dust raised by the cow's hooves, they become very eager to see him and immediately proceed in that direction. Radhikapi samatgatya grihe snatva vibutsita sampadya kantabogartam bhakshyani vivadani cha saki sange yutayati kantam dastrum sumutsukha. After returning to her home and being bathed, dressed and ornamented by her Sakis, Srimati Radhika prepares various types of foods for her Pran Ballabh Sri Krishna and anxiously leaves with her Sakhis to take his darshan. Raja Marge Brajadvari Yatra Sarva Vrajokaso Krishno Pitan Samagyamya Yatavad Anupurvasa. When Krishna returns to the outskirts of Braj on the way from Gocharna, all the Brajabasis gather on both sides of the royal path. Sri Krishna greets everyone and offers respects according to age, qualities, and so forth. Darshane sparshanai vracha smita purva valokanai gopavandan namaskarai kaike vachikye api. Some he favours by looking on them, some by embracing, some by sweet words, and some by jubilant, sweet smiling glances, overflowing with prem. Sastanga paitaputrayo rohinim api narada netranta suchite neva vinayena priyam tata. Hey Narad, Sri Krishna offers respectful namaskar both by bodily gestures and by respectful words to all the elderly gopas. Falling down, he offers sastang dandavat to the feet of Sri Maharaj Nanda, Yashoda Mayi, and Rohini Mayi, and gives special delight to his beloved gopis by his kripa kataksha, his merciful sweet sidelong glances. Evam tascha yato yogyam vrajoka bi prapojita gavalayam tata gascha sampravishya samantata. In return, the various Brajabasis offer him blessings, exchange sweet words, worship him, and so on. He then carefully herds the cows into the Goshala. Pitribhyam atato yati bratra saha nijalayam snatva bhuktva kinchit atra mitra matra numodita gavalayam punayati dogdu kamo gavampaya. Afterwards, at the request of their parents, Sri Krishna and Dauji go to their rooms and bathe and take a little prasad. Then, after requesting their parents' blessings, the two divine brothers again proceed eagerly towards the Goshala to milk the cows. Vijay, what are the Syam Lila, pastimes during dusk and early evening? Goswami, Tascha dugdva puna Krishna dohayitva chakaschana pitra shriddam graham yati payobara satanuga. Then Sri Krishna milks some of the cows himself and engages others in milking the rest. When he is done, he returns to his house with his father, followed by hundreds of servants carrying pots of milk. Tatrapi matravindrascha tatputrascha balenacha sambungte vivadranani charvya koshyadikani cha. Arriving home, he sits beside Nanda Maharaj, his uncles, his cousins, Balaram and the Sakhis, while Yashoda, Rohini, and the other elderly gopis serve them, and he relishes variety of food preparations that are chewed, sucked, licked and drunk. Vijay, please tell me about the Pradosh Lila, the pastimes of the first part of the night. Goswami, Tanmatu pratanat purvam radhayapi tataivahi prashtapyante sakidvara prakvanani tadalayam. In great excitement, Srimati Radhika cooks varieties of food preparations and sends them by her Sakhis to Krishna in Nanda Bhavan, even before her mother-in-law orders her to do so. Shlagayamscha haristani bhuktva pitra dibisaha shabdagriham rajetaischa justam bandhu janadibi pakvanani grihitvarta sakyas tatra samagata bahunyeva punastani patatani yashodaya. Along with his father and the Sakas, Sri Krishna repeatedly relishes and praises the varieties of preparations sent by Sri Radha, as well as the many others given by Yashoda Mai. Then Krishna goes with his father, friends and relatives to the assembly hall, where singers and dancers entertain them with sweet songs and dances. Sakya tatra taya datam, Krishna chistam tataraha, sarvam tabi samaniya, radhikaya nivedyate. Meanwhile, the Sakis take Krishna's remnants and offer them to Radhika in a secret place. Srimati Radhika distributes them amongst the Sakis in order of seniority, and deeply absorbed in thoughts of him, she honors them with great delight. Sapi bhuktva sikhi varga, yuta tad anupurvashaha, saki bi mandita tashtet, abhisartum samudyata. After enjoying those remnants, her Sakis decorate her very charmingly, and she is then ready to go on Abhisar, meeting with her Priyatama Shyam. Vijay: Prabhu, I am becoming very eager to hear about Ratri Lila, the night pastimes. Goswami: Pratyashte mayaya kaschid, ata eva tata saki, tata bisarita bischa, yamuna samipataha, kalpavrikshe nukunje smin, divya ratna mayi grihe, sita krishna nisho yoga, Vaishyativa Saki Yuta. Sri Vrindadevi said, I send a certain Saki from here to Srimati Radhika, who, accompanied by her Sakis, then comes to a divine bejewelled bower inside the Kunj. It is situated on the banks of the Yamuna, densely covered by Kalpavriksha trees. According to the messenger Saki's indication, Srimati Radhika dresses in clothes that suit the brightness of the moon. During the dark fortnight, Krishna Paksha, she dresses in dark clothes, while in the bright fortnight, Sukla Paksha, she wears light or white clothes. Krishnopi vividastatra, dristva kodhalamatata, katyayana munojani, shrutvapi gita kanyapi. Meanwhile, Krishna sits in his father's assembly hall, watching various types of wonderful shows and listening to Katyayani Sangeet songs that captivate the mind. Dhyana dhyanya bidastamscha, prinayitva vidhanata, jane aradito matra, yatisaya niketanam. After that, he suitably rewards and satisfies the performers with wealth or grains, accepts worship from Nanda Maharaj's subjects, and proceeds with his mother towards his bedroom. Matari prashtitayantu bahir gatva tatograhat sanketitram katayatra samagachat alaksita. After Mother Yashoda has put Krishna to sleep, she leaves his room and goes to rest in her own room. Thereupon Krishna, who was only pretending to be asleep, silently leaves his room, taking care not to be noticed by anyone. Militvatva ubadvatra, kridato vanarajisu, viharai vivadai rasa, lasya gita purasarai. He goes to join his consort at the assigned meeting, Sanket place. There they perform various pastimes headed by singing and rasa dancing together in the forest with their Sakis. Saridam yamadvam nitva, ratva eva vidhannata, visve susupatu kunje, praksibistva alaksito. After spending almost 2.5 parahas of the night and performing various other pastimes of the Rasa Lila, such as bathing in the Jamuna, the two moieties enter their kunja unnoticed by the sleeping birds. Ekante kusumi klipte, keli talpe manohare, supta vatsashtitam tatra, sevyamuno nijalibi. In that solitary kunj, Radha and Krishna lie down on a sublime bed of flowers, just suitable for their mind-captivating amorous pastimes. They then rest while their most confidential Sakis render appropriate services. This is the most celebrated Sri Krishna's Asta Kaliya Lila, in which the ingredients of all types of rasa are present. The various types of rasas that I have discussed with you previously are all present in this Lila. You should keep rendering your service at your assigned place, at the appointed time, in your appointed group, and with your specific relationship. When Vijay Kumar had heard all these descriptions from Sri Guru Goswami's lotus mouth, he became overwhelmed with bhav. Tears of prem rolled down his cheeks, and the hairs on his body stood on end. He spoke a few words in a faltering voice, and then fell unconscious at Sri Gopal Guru Goswami's lotus feet. Some time later, when he regained consciousness, Sri Gopal Guru Goswami embraced him with great affection and stroked his head. Streams of tears also fell from Sri Guru Goswami's eyes. Eventually, realizing that it was very late at night, Vijay Kumar offered Dandavat Pranams to Sri Guru Goswami's lotus feet, composed himself, and walked slowly to his place. Now Raskatha began to appear in his heart day and night. Thus ends the 38th chapter of Jaiva Dharma, entitled Sambhog Ras, Mukhya Sambhog and Asta Kaliya Lila.